we're going to start with this video from Democracy Now! Let's play it now.
And your response to this idea of setting up a port, first it was airdropping food, but it's as if it's a natural catastrophe, like an earthquake or a tornado or a hurricane, where you have to ensure that somehow people get food. But it is a U.S. ally who the U.S. is arming, Israel.
Yeah, the President Biden is effectively holding a gun to Palestinians' heads and shooting at them with one hand and throwing crumbs at them with the other hand. And he wants us as American people to focus only on the crumbs that he's throwing. Meanwhile, we are saying and have been saying, President Biden, drop the gun. It is absurd to frame these deaths as though they are just collateral damage and not an intentional strategy of ethnic cleansing by the Israeli state.
And that's, I kind of alluded to that yesterday when I was covering or a couple of days ago when I was covering a segment with Dana Bash. I was like, it's this Western chauvinist countries. This is what they do. They go, stuff that is obviously a lie, they go, well, Western countries said is this, even though it's an obvious lie. Like saying you're not trying to kill civilians, at the same time you're bombing like a refugee camp. Like saying you're not trying to kill civilians, but you're about to go into southern Gaza and destroy and kill hundreds of people if they do this next step in their military campaign in Gaza. So Joe Biden, and in this video, she talks about Joe Biden wanting to build a port. This lady you see on the screen, she gave the State of Genocide address. So you can look that up, State of Genocide address, which is a response to the State of the Union address. Check it out. Now I want to read this. This is from Lee Camp, and this is a great point. Special message from President Biden. Palestinians, sorry, we've funded, armed, and facilitated Israel's genocide against you. We won't stop spinning bombs or sending bombs to be dropped on you, but we will build a dock for boats to bring you food while you're bombed. God bless America. That's effectively, and this lady, what's her name? Iman is her name in this video. She effectively said the same thing. Joe Biden is arming the people who's committing the genocide and throwing the Palestinians crumbs at the same time. Just a headline, breaking, Biden will announce a plan for a temporary port on Gaza's coast to increase the flow of humanitarian aid. Do you know how long it would take to build a port? So while this is being built, how many people will be killed? How many more people will starve while this port is taking 3, 4, 5 weeks to build? Crystal Ball also chimes in. She says, actually, let me read the original that she quote tweets from. Breaking, Biden will announce at his State of the Union speech that he ordered the U.S. military to conduct an emergency mission to establish a temporary port in Gaza that will open up maritime routes for humanitarian assistance from Syria. U.S. officials, hold on a second here. Something I just thought of. What's happening near the coast of Gaza? Isn't the Houthis doing something in what's the name of that area? It's a route for commercial ships that the Houthis is preventing anybody who's supporting Israel from coming through. If the United States build a port off the coast of Gaza, is that really going to be used to fight against Yemen and the Houthis? Like, why would they build something in the ocean that's that close to this area and not take advantage of that? Just something to think about. I don't have any articles or anything like that to back that up. Just something I just thought of right now. Now Crystal Ball quote tweeted the guy and said, "I see what I see. We are once again opting for a risky, expensive, ineffective boondoggle instead of just ending the bombing. The idiocy is only surpassed by the moral bankruptcy." And I must say, this is one of the few times I do agree with every word from Crystal Ball here. I was going down. So let's go to the next one. Here is just this another headline. Biden to announce U.S.-led mission to build port in Gaza across to a coast to boost aid. Here is some more. This is Asal Rad. She comes on Nick's show, Nick at Night. You've seen her as a guest multiple times. Actually, let me read what she says first. The problem is not boosting aid. It's the fact that Israel is preventing aid into Gaza and starving people as a weapon of war. Just imagine this. Your ally is starving people. Your ally is not willing to let you bring in trucks to save these people. So you have to build a port because the person who you call an ally that you fund is refusing to do this. Not buying it. Not buying it. Let's listen. I'm sorry. Let me finish reading what she says. Gaza into Gaza and starving people as a weapon of war. Biden has the power to stop Israel. Instead, he quietly sends more weapons. It's a choice, and this is a public stunt. The building of a port, that's a public stunt that he needed something huge for the State of the Union and all the protesters. He needed something for that. This is it, but it's pretty bogus and nonsense. And as everybody is calling out from Crystal Ball to Assad, let's watch this.
Endless numbers of trucks waiting here at the border in Rafah to go into Gaza that is starving. These trucks are badly needed inside, and they're not moving. Because the system is completely broken, has been so since the beginning. Not one day has there been the 500 trucks crossing into Gaza that is needed from Rafah and over Kerem Shalom.
So these trucks are literally sitting at the border while thousands of people across the border are starving to death, including kids. These people are. Let's continue. I'm going to read this one. I'm going to read a little bit of this one. Fuck, I hate when it does that. Anyway. All right, so I'm going to read a little bit of this. Let me go back one. Click it. One step here. Oops, 2 steps here. Go forward now. Clicked it one too many times. I did want to read what Aaron Mate says here. Israel, with U.S. support, is blocking thousands of trucks, and you saw some of those trucks in the video we just played, from delivering aid into Gaza's death camp. Rather than force Israel to stop the blockade, Biden is deploying hundreds of U.S. troops to build a port that will take weeks to complete and deliver a fraction of the aid. Truly despicable. Let's go to the article just to read a little bit from it. This is truly, but like I said, progressives, liberals, neoliberals, these are the most dangerous people in the Western Hemisphere. Biden announced U.S. military aid. Biden to announce U.S. military-led mission to build port on Gaza coast to boost aid. I'm going to see if there's an update on this, but I'm going to read a little bit. Oh, here we go again with this whole thing. Biden will announce during his State of the Union address Thursday that he is directing the U.S. military to lead the construction. Lead is not just the U.S. military, but to lead the construction of a port along the coast of Gaza on the Mediterranean Sea to boost the amount of aid getting to Palestinian civilians. I don't need to read that, but the quote, the port would be able to receive large ships that can bring in food, water, medicine, and other supplies into Gaza, which has been under fire for months as Israeli forces carry out shelling and military operations in response to Hamas's attack last October. Biden will direct the U.S. military to undertake the mission alongside allies and humanitarian partners, a senior administration said. The project will take a number of weeks to plan and execute and will involve forces already in the region that will be there soon. Senior administration officials said the project will not require any U.S. boots on the ground in Gaza. Instead, the plan involves U.S. personnel on military vessels offshore who will not be required to go on ashore to install the port. Man, so weeks to construct, and then you're just going to be taken in a fraction while trucks are literally sitting on the outside of the border.